Have you ever walked into your house and felt overwhelmed by all your stuff? Well, my friend, you are not alone. Today I'm talking about 31 things that your home does not need that you can let go of without regret. This isn't about minimalism or perfectionism. It's just creating a space in a home that you feel calmer, more peaceful, less overwhelmed. Basically, a place that you never want to leave and you want to invite everybody over to. So grab a trash bag, a donation box, a recycling box, and your notepad because we are diving right in. Let's start in the kitchen because I know all of us are probably saying to ourselves, man, I wish I had a bigger kitchen. Wouldn't it be great if I had more space to put all my fun kitchen gadgets and utensils and serving supplies and party supplies, and oh, we can sure put a lot of things in our kitchens, can't we? I have been guilty of this one, and that is duplicate utensils. Perhaps you have like 3 bottle openers or 5 spatulas or 5 pairs of, those tong things. Yeah, I had a lot of those at one point. In fact, a few months ago, I actually gutted my entire kitchen. I went through every drawer, every cabinet, every nook and cranny because I found I had just, not enough space. Or the spaces that I did have just felt overcluttered, chaotic. I couldn't find what I needed. I'd open the drawer and I'd be like, shut the drawer. So as a family of 6, I can speak from experience and say we often have more than we actually need. And since I've decluttered my kitchen, in fact, I only need 1 spatula, maybe 2 as a backup, but really just 1 spatula. Number 2, Mismatch Tupperware, storageware, glassware, whatever you want to call it. My guess is you may have some lids that you've held onto because, the bottoms have cracked, or maybe it's the opposite. The lids have actually cracked. Rather than holding onto them and hoping that maybe you'll find a match or a partner, it's kind of like loose socks, right? Maybe it's time to let it go, toss it, get rid of it, especially if it's taking up precious real estate in your kitchen. And if you haven't found the pair in quite some time or used the extra lid that you've been holding on to, and I would say in, a year or 2, it's okay. It's time to let it go. Number 3, appliances you never use. Perhaps you have, a waffle maker. In fact, I have like 3 or 4 waffle makers. It's a little different because of what I do. I review a lot of products on Amazon and test things out. But in reality, I don't really need 3 waffle makers, especially if it's taking up precious space in my kitchen. Maybe you have a rice maker or 3, what do they call it, like those crock pots. I was just thinking to myself, does everybody in the world call it a crock pot? I feel like there's another name for it. Let me know if you can think of it in that comments box below. In fact, even though I've decluttered my kitchen, I could probably open my cabinets and still find appliances that I have not used within the last year, and I probably won't really end up using. But my thought process is, I paid for it, I want to get my money's worth. But you know what? Sometimes the space that appliance is taking up is not worth the money spent. Or how about this one? Oh, I got such a good deal on that appliance. It was like on clearance, double clearance, so I picked it up, but yet I have not used it in over a year. But man, I sure saved a lot of money when I bought that. I've been guilty of all of these. With all this cleaning and decluttering, we want to make sure that we stay hydrated and that our energy levels remain high. That's why I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, Ultima Replenisher. Ultima Replenisher Electrolyte Mix is your daily dose of delicious hydration. This is packed with 6 electrolytes, including vitamin C and zinc. 0 sugar, 0 calories, and 0 carbs. You know that I love that. As a busy mom of 4, I'm just trying to feel my best and stay in good shape. Ultima is sweetened with organic stevia leaf, vegan, keto-friendly, paleo-friendly, non-GMO, soy-free, and gluten-free. There are such delicious flavors right here. We have orange, we have grape, and we have the classic raspberry. Look at how cute and compact these are. So easy to fit in my purse, my gym bag, and I also like to keep a handful in my car. I love that this is so easy to mix up. Let's just... It is so stinking good. My 11-year-old daughter also loves these. She's a competitive dancer, so she has to stay hydrated, and this does the trick. It tastes just like goodness in a glass. This is the fruit punch kind. All the flavors are equally delicious. And not to mention, if you love tea, there is a tea refresher pack as well. These are also very tasty. And when we are busy on the weekends during my son's baseball games, it can get really hot outside and it's easy to forget when you get talking to people and watching the games to stay hydrated, but not anymore. I have to say raspberry might be my favorite flavor, although they're all really good. Head to the link in that description box below to stay hydrated with Ultima Replenisher. Number 4, 4, expired pantry items. Now is the opportunity to go through your pantry, whether you have a walk-in pantry, a pantry cupboard. In our last house, that's all we had was a little cupboard. Go through there and see if there are any expired items. My guess is you're likely to find something. Maybe, I don't know, a can of soup, a box of something or another, maybe some goldfish in the back, or maybe, I don't know, fruit snacks. My kids like to hide things in our pantry because, well, they have 3 other siblings and they're like, I want the last of this thing. I'm going to find a strategic spot in the pantry to hide it. But then they forget that they hid it there, and then when I go in and declutter and clean everything out, well, I find them. Number 5, I used to have a lot of this on hand, but not since I decluttered my entire kitchen, but that is plastic takeout ware. Cups, silverware, salt packets, trinket packets, basically anything if you went out to eat or got takeout or delivery and then you brought those excess items home. If you have not used them in a year, now is the opportunity to let them go. And I know many of you, when I go through this list, you're going to be saying to yourself, Andrea Jean, I do not have that excess of items. I don't have that problem. But when was the last time you opened every cupboard in your kitchen? You pulled everything out, you touched everything, you looked at everything. You're going to find stuff that you didn't realize or you forgot was there. Number 6, oh, yep, definitely guilty of this one. Old cookbooks that you have not used in years and probably don't intend on using. Cookbooks take up a lot of space. In fact, when I did my big kitchen declutter, we donated quite a few cookbooks and I just held on to 4 or 5 that I knew that I would continue to use. However, as I say that out loud, I'm realizing I have yet to open those cookbooks still. So maybe I should just stop buying cookbooks and just go online for the resources that I need. I don't know. You do you. But if you have an overabundance of cookbooks because they do take up a lot of space and you haven't used them, it's okay to let them go and pass them on to somebody else who may enjoy them a bit more. Before we move into the next section, are we friends on Instagram at Andrea Jean Co? If not, make sure that you follow me every single day on Instagram stories because I post daily deals, sneak peeks, behind the scenes. Also here on the YouTube community tab, I post almost every single day content that's going to make your life easier. Deals, sneak peeks, behind the scenes, good stuff. Closet chaos. Give me a thumbs up right now if you wish that you had more closet space. I mean, I'll give you 2 double thumbs up here on my end. I have a rather relatively good sized closet for the average person that my husband and I share, but I would still like a little bit more space. Number 7, clothes that no longer fit. Maybe you have those really skinny, tight, pair of pants that you wore 5-10 years ago and you keep telling yourself like, yes, I am going to get back into those pants or that top or that size, but yet in 3-4 years it just has not happened. Now, if you have just had a baby, this does not apply for you, but if you are done with the baby making and baby carrying phase of your life, well, now is an opportunity to look at all those clothes in your closet. If they no longer fit, maybe they are too big, maybe you've lost some weight, you've gotten in shape, you're taking better care of yourself, you're eating better. Don't hold on to those clothes anymore. I mean, I feel like that's like a fail-safe to slip back into some old habits, right? So keep the clothes that feel good right now. You don't need a reminder of your past that, well, maybe there's a new you and not the 10-year-old version years ago you. And don't necessarily look towards the future, but right now. Fill your closet with the things that you love right now, especially if you're feeling like you have a lack of space as it is. Number 8, I'm still guilty of this, and that is shoes that hurt. I have this really cute pair of like silver little kitten heel pumps that I just bought, and they kind of hurt, and I keep telling myself, well, I just need to break them in and I just need to grin and bear it and wear these heels because they're cute. But after an hour or so of wearing them, my feet hurt so bad. So yes, Andrea, this is my reminder as I speak out loud to donate those shoes. But then I think, well, maybe they would hurt somebody else's feet just as bad. So does it even make sense to donate them? I don't know. So right after this, I want you to go through your closet and look through all your shoes. Shoes is something we just tend to accumulate as a population, as a society, especially if you live in multifaceted climates like I do here in Minnesota. Spring, winter, fall, summer, like you just need all the shoes and boots and sandals and hey. And shoes tend to take up a lot of space as well, especially shoes can stink if you house them in your closet. That's why I'm kind of a weirdo. When I put shoes in my closet, I always wipe them down with a Lysol wipe. Maybe I'll spray them with a little Lysol spray because I know what shoes can do. They look super cute on your feet, but if you've been wearing those babies, especially in the summer and it's hot and it's heat and it's sweaty and then you don't clean them and then Anyway, I digress. Number 9, perhaps you have some mismatched hangers that you've been holding on to for some reason or another. If you've been following here for a long time, one of the best ways to create more space and make your closet look more visually beautiful is to 1, declutter so that you have more space, and 2, get yourself some matching hangers because it's going to make everything look uniform and streamlined and just level it up. So if you have some, I don't know, let's say wire hangers that you haven't used in quite some time, or they're just taking up that, that extra space in your closet, well, now it's time to let them go or donate them or whatnot. Number 10, oh my word. When I've gone into people's homes, this is a common thing. And I thought I was the only weirdo that this happened to, but it's free tote bags. You know those little tote bags that you can get from different places? I once went into a woman's closet and she had like 10 Lululemon tote bags. I'm like, why are we holding on to these? I don't understand the point of 10 of them. I mean, there's a good reason. I shouldn't judge, but on the onset, I'm like, what's the point? I mean, it is a nice bag. But anywho, if you have a bag collection that hasn't been touched in quite some time, go through, really see how many of these tote bags that you end up using on a regular basis. In our family of 6, and we have multiple activities going on, we probably only really use 2 tote bags, one for my son's swimming and then one just to put random stuff in if we're leaving the house. And that's the honest truth. Number 11, old belts, scarves, or accessories you never wear. Now, I was guilty in this department when it came to jewelry. I would hold on to all this jewelry. In fact, I had this big stand-up armoire, which was super beautiful, but I didn't wear half of the jewelry in there. Not even, I don't know, not even a third, maybe a quarter of the jewelry I ended up wearing. I tend to gravitate towards similar and same things on an everyday basis. I'm in a hurry, I'm in a rush, I like things that go with everything. I used to have an excess of scarves, those fun winter scarves and spring scarves, and I think I probably had 30 of those at one point, and they take up a lot of space. The other thing about this is that styles evolve over the years, and so I don't love holding on to things just for, the event that in 10 years, this thing's gonna come back in style, especially if I'm already feeling a lack of space in my closet. I can't find what I need. I'm just feeling a little smothered in there. And in 10 years from now, yeah, maybe the style will be similar to what it is now, but I probably am gonna want something a little bit newer, a little bit more updated. Number 12, oh, my kids are guilty of this one, and that is the promotional t-shirts. Go somewhere, you get a t-shirt, plays, dance competitions, school-related things. At one point, I think each of my kids had 4 or 5 of their school t-shirts in their closet that they never wore. Why am I holding on to these? At the point in time when I put them in the closet, I thought, oh, they'll wear this as a pajama shirt, or oh, they'll wear this if they're gonna go get really muddy and I don't know, run around outside and roll around in the mud. But when it really comes down to it, we never gravitated towards those promotional type t-shirts. Yeah, they have sentimental value, but if my drawers and my closet is already feeling limited in space, why would I keep putting these items in there that we never really use? So a lot of this has to come down to breaking old habits and questioning why we do the things that we do. Sometimes we just put things in places because that's what we're used to. We're used to just holding on to things. But after this video, this is such a great opportunity to really look at your home with fresh eyes. Moving into the bathroom. This is another very cluttered area in most people's homes, and I can say that after going in and organizing lots of people's homes. Just excess of products and perfumes and conditioners and shampoos and makeups and hair things, all the things that you put on your face and your body. I'm guilty of this too. In fact, I used to have this weird obsession of holding on to travel-sized shampoos, conditioners, soaps. But what ended up happening is I would have all these travel-sized bathroom accessories that never really got used. Well, that's the truth. So if you too have been holding on to some half-used items for in the event that you might use this 3 years later, but you have not yet used it, now might be a time to let it go. Number 14, expired medications. If you're someone that takes medication on a regular basis, or maybe you have Tylenol or ibuprofen or cough medicine, we tend to have a lot of that in our home with kids, Motrin, all the things when they get a fever. But all these things do have expiration dates. So whether you keep your stuff in your bathroom or your kitchen, go through it all haul and see what's expired. You would be surprised of how much space you're able to clear up, especially if you're someone like us that tended to hold on to these things. I say tended because we have since cleaned out this cupboard where we kept all of our medicine, and well, it has stayed clean for several months. But if you keep medications and prescriptions in your bathroom, just go through them and make sure everything is up to date. Number 15, old makeup and skincare. Did you know that there are expiration dates on most skincare products in some shape, form, or another? And they can start to stink and turn colors. And if you're putting those products on your face and on your body, well, that just can't be good. It could cause you to break out. It could cause irritation and itching and weird discoloration. I know self-tanner can have that effect. Number 16. Oh, this is a common one. And that is towels that you never use. Or maybe you have your Aunt Bertha over once a year and you're saving like 10 towels for her in the event that she comes and visits. I don't know what your situation is, but go through all your bathrooms and see what are the towels that you tend to use on a regular basis. And if you have an excess of towels, well, now's the time to clear up some more space in your home. I know the same thing can apply with hand towels in your kitchen. I at one point was guilty of having all of these hand towels and dish towels. Like, why must I have 15 to 20 of these things? I mean, I do a load of laundry every day. There's no reason to house just like this big container of kitchen flour sack towels. Now, when it comes to microfiber towels, that is a whole different landscape in my game, because when I wash those microfiber towels, well, I want to wash a big load at one time, and I use them literally for everything around my house multiple times a day. But the kitchen towels and excess towels that have not been used in months and months and months, create some space. Number 17, perhaps you have some decorative soaps that you've been holding on to. I was guilty of this at one point. You know, I got the cute flowers in them, and I don't know, there's just stuff inside that makes it look all pretty. Well, I never gravitated or used those soaps. So now is the opportunity to, 1, use the soap, or 2, ditch the soap. Moving on to the living room, probably one of the most utilized areas in our homes outside of the kitchen. Now, this may or may not apply. Times have changed a bit, but if you have old magazines or newspapers that you've been holding on to, now's the opportunity to recycle them. Sometimes we just stack up the magazines and the newspapers because that is what we're used to. We finished it, we put it in a particular spot, let's just say in our living room, and then over time it just starts to take up space, eat up space, collect dust, make your home look more cluttered and smaller than it really is. Number 19, throw pillows that you don't love. In fact, I should probably not have any throw pillows in my living room, because with 4 kids, you know where they end up? On the floor. Like literally on the floor. 80% of the time, I would say. But when my kids are not home, I certainly love the look of the throw pillow. So it's a love-hate relationship in my world. But maybe you have an excess of throw pillows. You have them stored in a closet or a cupboard or under a bed or in some sort of storage container, and they're not really being utilized. Well, throw pillows can take up a lot of space. So now is the time to liberate yourself. It's very insightful talking about this out loud with you, because now that I'm thinking about these throw pillows in my living room, that would just save me a lot of irritation every time my kids throw them on the floor and just step on them. They're like toys to them. And then. Number 20. This is probably a bit of a situation in my house too, but that is remote controls and remote control related things that you're just holding on to. We had this cupboard here, if you're brand new here, in my mudroom area that just got so cluttered up with stuff over 3 years. And it was like random trinkets like that, like half pieces to things. Go through those places and spaces in your home where you have excess cords or remote controls that aren't being used, and really decide, like, do I still need this remote control from 3 years ago when we first got our TV, but then we got something else, but now I have this remote, and maybe you can, free up some space. Number 21, broken or outdated electronics. My husband, I love him dearly. He had this massive computer that he had in college, and that computer got lugged with us for, I would say, 8 years from house to house each time that we would move. And it would sit in the garage or a weird spot in the basement, sometimes in our bedroom if we just didn't know where to put it. And I would be like, honey, why are we hauling this old computer around? He's like, well, I gotta, clean it up, delete everything from it. And I'm like, it's taken you 8 years? 8 years? He just got so used to just moving this computer around with us. But then it finally was like, okay, I'm going to create the time to go through this computer and dump everything out of it so that I can responsibly recycle it and get my wife off my back about it. I cannot be the only person alone when it comes to some sort of electronic device like this one. Let me know in that comments box below. Number 22, decor that no longer fits your style. Just like with clothing, trends change within our home and our home decor, and especially if you're looking to refresh your home and make it feel newer, more up to date, more modern, then this one's definitely for you. Your home and your space should reflect who you are right now, just like your closet. Perhaps you have a storage room or a cabinet or a drawer where you put old decor because you just didn't feel right about donating it or tossing it. But now's your opportunity to really go through those places and spaces and see what fits. If it's been in that drawer for a couple of years, chances are it's time to let it go. Moving on to our next section, and that is storage places and just in case. Number 23, boxes. Just boxes in your basement, boxes in the attic, boxes in storage. Now you're gonna pull those boxes out and really see what's in the contents of them. If you haven't thought about them, you haven't looked at them, I don't know. We put things in boxes for various reasons within our homes, but ask yourself these questions. Do I really need this? Am I going to use this? Have I just been holding this just in case for like 5 years, but that just in case has never come? I found something else to solve the problem rather than digging in this box weirdly located within my house that's a hassle to get through. Number 24, random cords and chargers. We had this sort of container in my office with a lot of random cords and chargers. And, it's easy just to throw them in that container, in that bucket, and I'll get to it later, or something may come up where I need this item and I'll know exactly where it is. But again, after several years, if nothing's really been utilized within that bin or your storage compartment, your storage container that you've been using, it's time to let it go. Number 25. Now, do this with discretion based on you and what's important to you, but that's old greeting cards, old cards. If you're someone that you just hold on to every card that you've ever received or anything sentimental in your life, maybe it's an opportunity to really sort through those items and see what it is that you want to keep and what you want to toss. I have a little box in my bedroom in a little drawer, and I put some sentimental things that I get from my husband or my kids, and that is my box. Like, I'm not going to overflow that box and then grab a new box, especially if I'm already feeling limited in my space. And the chance that I would really go through this box to reread cards is very far and few between. But if you are someone that says, yes, I want to hold on to these sentimental items, it's not an issue in my home, that's just fine as well. This just gives you an opportunity to reflect on the things that are sentimental that you have been holding on to that maybe you no longer need to. Number 26. Unfinished crafts or unfinished DIYs, or I will get to that DIY. I know many people are big crafters and they hold on to things for the event that they will want to do it. My daughter, my 11-year-old daughter, is just this. She would hold on to every cotton stinking toilet paper roll cardboard. Toilet paper roll I don't know, whatever you call it. Toilet paper cardboard roll. Oh my God, it seems like a mouthful. If I let her, she would hold on to every single one of those. And what are the chances that she would really create something with them? Well, very far and few between, because I did hold on to them for months, and we had like 4 paper bags full of these toilet paper roll thingies, and she never did anything with them. So one day I was like, I am tired of these taking up space within our already small closet, and I recycled them. Number 27, unused holiday decor. Lights, they take up quite a lot of spaces, especially if you have indoor lights and outdoor lights. Check the lights, see if they work. And if they don't work and you can't fix them, now is the time to create some more space within your home. Maybe you have some holiday decor, and this was me a couple years ago, that just isn't your style anymore. And I was holding on to it, and we moved here with it. And I thought, you know what, why? I'm not excited to put this holiday decor out, especially because I'm not a huge holiday decorator. The stuff that I do have, I should really be excited to put out, right? So if you have 12 sets of lights that you have not used in several years, now it's time to say bye-bye. Moving into our next section, and that is kids clutter and pet stuff. With 4 kids, oh, I know, kids clutter. It's a real thing. Now, thankfully, my youngest is 5 and my oldest is 11. Their items tend to get smaller. Although from my 11-year-old, we have 2 Barbie Dream houses, an LOL house. They take up an entire room, in fact. That's a lot of precious real estate for something she no longer plays with. But I do have a 5-year-old, and the idea is that she will then play with that. But I don't know about that. So 28, broken toys, missing puzzle pieces. Go through those items and see if there's some things that you can get rid of. We have this whole toy section over over here where we put everything into at the end of the day to clean it up, and the next day they dump it all out again. I don't know, do they actually play with it now that I think about it? I feel like the fun is really just in the dumping out of the items. But I did recently go through these, and I told my husband, can I throw this? Can I toss this? And he's gotten to a point in his life as well. He's like, yes, we don't need it. Get rid of it. The clutter is just monotonous. Number 29, outgrown clothes or baby toys. Now, I used to save all of the things to my 11-year-old daughter for my now 5-year-old daughter. I did that in the first few years of life, but there's such an age gap. At this point, I'm no longer saving my 11-year-old stuff. Why? Well, one, it takes up a ton of space storing all those clothes. But two, by the time my 5-year-old is 11, the things that are cool, fun, trending, and that she would want to wear probably is going to be different. Now, right now it is fun because my 5-year-old is still wearing the stuff that my 11-year-old had wore when she was around that age. And it's cute for her. Like, big sissy wore this and she loves it and it's cute. But as you get older, that cuteness starts to wear off. Number 30. Pet toys that your pets don't really enjoy, that they kind of ignore. I grew up with cats for all of my life until I guess the last 3 years, 4 years, something like that, we have not had a cat. But you know, I'm guilty. Like the cat climbing things, the scratching things, the balls, I don't know, just the things that cats like to do. At one point in time, I had accumulated quite a lot of those things and the cat was not really interested in, but I thought, well, I paid for this, I might as well keep it. But why am I keeping this? Just because I paid for it, but now I'm really paying for it because now I just have like too much stuff in my house. You get the point. Look at your pet's things, see what he or she likes to play with currently, just like in your closet, just like in your home, and well, keep the things they love now. And number 31, now is the time to let go of the things just because, well, you bought it, or you have guilt around getting rid of it. Someone bought you a gift, you brought something into your home because it was on sale and you feel bad because you didn't use it, but you keep holding on to it. Again, guilty of this as well. At the end of the day, they're just things. It's just stuff. And when we leave this world, we are not taking it with us. So if it's causing stress, it's making us feel, I don't know, a little bit claustrophobic in our homes, a little bit messy, a little bit chaotic. You can't find things as well as you would like to. Your home doesn't feel refreshed. I mean, I could go on and on. It's time to let some things go within your home. Decluttering doesn't mean that you need to toss everything and that your home needs to be bare and that you need to live a minimalist life and you only have 2 spoons and 1 throw pillow, if that. It's all about creating a space that you love and that you enjoy and that you feel really good in. Every item that you remove from your home, though, is a little weight lifted off your shoulders, because every item requires care, attention, cleaning, organization, putting it back, rearranging it, dusting it. You get where I'm going? Now, I can totally see why people go live in tiny homes or they live in their RV and travel, because you just don't have as much burden of stuff. You get to focus on the things that really matter in your life. And don't forget to click that link in the description box below to stay hydrated with Ultima Replenisher. Make sure if you're not following me on Instagram that you do, Andrea Jean Co. I will link it in the description box below. We have got to keep the fun going, so click this video on screen now. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you, my friend, in the next one.